And here's the thing, when I claim and say, when you say something, obviously saying that their decisions were narcissistic as well, I'm not just going to say something like that without having context to back it up. That's a horrible accusation to accuse people of. Obviously, if he is my brother, that what they did was narcissistic. Luring me to that was a narcissistic choice. What would have been a non-narcissistic choice, in my opinion, and I suppose in terms of, I guess, when you look at the idea of decency versus being cold, obviously, or a giver versus someone who's abusive or cruel, someone being narcissistic would be luring and devoid of truth if there's truth there. Luring to a sting, obviously, versus saying, hey man, you're my brother, your feelings are wrong, get some help. That would be something that would be non-narcissistic. That's obviously if it's a Wagner thing, they're trying to hide it from Brian. If Brian's my dad, maybe he had Peyton type that strategically. Dad trusts issues with mom, really it could have been the other way around. The narcissism there would be if Brian's my dad and I was separated from that. That would clearly mean that his, I guess, love and dependence on Kate loving him would obviously, that would be narcissistic, a narcissistic decision he'd have to make, and made. If a homophobic guy dating Olivia McDonald and not a brother, that's still narcissistic, because you got someone who's clearly kind of maybe loving or caring or maybe even obsessively so. Still, I think the right thing to do is say, hey man, I'm straight, I don't know, yeah, maybe some things led you to think I was gay, but I'm not, or whatever. But that's what, another thing, same thing if he's bi or gay himself, which I don't think he is. But if he is, so be it. Narcissistic to lure versus saying anything. And sure, maybe people could play the mental health angle. He's got to be lured, he's got to be stopped. Well, I think college kids should have at least an intellectual ability to be able to look deeper and say, well, hey, this kid clearly does some things right. He's a leader of this organization, whatever. There's clearly something about romance and social interaction that's really messed up with him. And maybe we should, try to an empathetic, decent approach, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm just dumbfounded. I would like to obviously get the truth. If not, it's really cost me a lot.